Hey guys, good evening. Good evening, everyone. It's nice to have all of you again. First of all, I must start by apologizing to all of you for coming late. So, I want to say that when you are, as a woman, you are passing through a lot and you are in a difficulty, it could be problems from home, from spouses, from work, maybe from your office, from wherever, but you are passing through a lot at that point in time as a woman. I'm telling you, in case you don't know this before, hear it from me. Your best ally at that time you are going through a lot is resilience. Make resilience your best ally at that moment, because when you are resilient, you can overcome anything overcomable. You can overcome every crisis that tries to break you or that has broken you. When you are resilient, still believing and still hoping for the better, still hoping for good, you can come out of every situation that has broken you or that has been dealing with you for some time. Just have hope, put your trust in God, have faith, be positive. You will come out of that problem you are into. Now, try to understand me, guys. Resilience is not, it's not about avoiding the storm of life. When I say someone is resilient, it's not about avoiding the storm of life, but it's about learning how to dance in the rain. Try to understand me. When I say someone is resilient, the person is not trying to avoid the storms of life. But it's all just about learning how to dance in the rain, because you seriously need to know how to learn how to dance in the rain. And that's what I mean by you being positive, you being try and cultivate happiness into yourself when you are passing through a lot. Then we talk about women. Women, so many women. The last program I had, not necessarily a recent program, but I think the 3 weeks one, 3 weeks ago, when I had that program on this resilient roses, one woman came up and was talking to us concerning women and what women are passing through and concerning what women are telling her. And I quote in her own words that they normally come to her church. I think she's a prophetess, if I'm not mistaken. They come to her church and every of their complaints is always about their husband. Oh, my husband this, my husband did this. Please help me. Woman of God, help me. Man of God, help me. My husband, my husband, my husband. And that she kept asking them, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? They were screaming, my husband, she was screaming, where are you? You know why she was asking them, where are you? Because it's funny how women carry certain loads upon their head and neglecting themselves, forgetting themselves. Even your husband that you are calling his name all the time, the man is even taking care of himself, balling in this life. And women are always stressing themselves, killing themselves, dying by shouting, my husband, this, my husband. Where are you? Where are you as a woman? Women should start learning how to put themselves first, putting yourself first. It doesn't mean that you are selfish in your family, no. It doesn't mean that you are wicked. But when you are not in order, mentally and physically as a woman, how do you think your house will be? Do you want your house to be in shambles? For you to be able as a woman to manage your home, you as a woman should be able to gather yourself together. So that's why I said put yourself first. You need to put yourself first. You need to be the number one. When you are number one and you take care of number one, you can take care of number two, number three, number four, and the rest of the numbers to come. But when you are not taking care of yourself as a woman, everything around you will scatter. Everything will crash. So that's why we are trying to use this platform of Resilient Roses to educate women. If you neglect yourself as a woman, every other thing around you will crash. There's no two ways about it. Everything, your house will crash. Even your children will be disorganized because you are not organized as a woman. So no matter what you see, no matter what you are passing through, first of all, put yourself first, because you as a woman, you need to heal. I mention women all the time because naturally we've been saying this all the time. Men knows how to take care of themselves. Men doesn't even need your approval for them to take care of themselves. So because they know how to take care of themselves and women doesn't know how to go about it, they neglect it maybe because of marriage, chores, and the rest of them. That's why it's hitting on their head more. So that's why we opened up this platform for women to tell them it is okay to take care of yourself first, because when you handle your home very well when you handle yourself very well as a woman, every other thing can fall into place. But when you neglect yourself as a woman, everything will scatter around you. So we need you to take care of yourself first. And like I said to women, it is okay to be vulnerable. All right, I have Victoria in the house. My darling Victoria is here. Thank you so much, Victoria. Yeah. Anyway, we said that we're going to meet again today. Guys, Victoria is always my co-host. She's here, and of course, I'm going to call her up right now for us to also hear, because I co-host with Victoria on this platform. Then again, I am not limiting it to Victoria. All of you right here watching me, please, 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 if you know there is something you are passing through as a woman, please come up here and share with us. It is okay if you don't want to show your face, we are good. If you want to show your face, we are still good. But if you have conquered certain things that happen in your life, please come and share your story. I tell women all the time, when you share your story, you are helping another woman out there. You are helping even another man out there to talk to his sisters and his nieces and whosoever around him that he cares about. Let's share our stories together to let each other know that you are not alone in this. You are not alone in this thing. You are not going through it alone. There are other people passing through it as well. So when you hear stories from other people, when you hear testimonies from other people, it can ginger you up. It can make you to sit up in case you've been lacking behind, or it can motivate you the more to know that you are on the right track. That empowers women to be themselves, to appreciate themselves, to continue to love themselves the more. Women, you guys are beautiful. You guys are wonderful. There is no woman that is not beautiful. Every woman is fantastic. Every woman is phenomenal. Every woman is, if you are looking for how God looks like, I'm sorry, look at a woman. I don't care what you have in mind. All I know is that every woman is actually beautiful. Okay, God did not make mistake when God was creating women. Like I said, God didn't make a mistake. He didn't make any mistake when he was creating us. So every woman is phenomenal. We are fantastic. All we are trying to do, help each other see that you matter, that you are wonderful, that you are beautiful. Because we have people telling you that. Even though I try to tell people, don't look for outside validation, try and validate yourself, because when you bring yourself up, people, they don't have choice than to cue in and agree with you. So Victoria, I welcome you. Thank you so much.
Hello,
Can you
thank you
hear me,
for
Victoria?
letting me How are you doing?
I'm good. If you notice, I came late.
Yeah, that's
I'm
perfect
so,
timing for me. I just finished cooking, so that's perfect.
oh my goodness, I've been so busy with my children, because one of them came back and we had it coming up late, but it's still okay. It's still okay, I believe.
All
one
right.
hour program is still a whole lot. So I welcome you, Victoria, and each and every one of you here. Victoria is here also, like we normally do it. Okay, they're asking what the topic is. The topic is about women, resilient roses. We call them resilient roses because we know that women are powerful. And like I said initially, women being resilient, it's not that they are avoiding the storms of life, like storm when you are passing through a lot. No, but they all know how to dance in the rain, like in the face of adversity. As a woman, as a resilient woman, they still manage to be positive, they still manage to be hopeful in life, and they continue to push on. That's what the topic is all about. We are sharing our life stories, and also to motivate women and tell women to begin to put themselves first, look at themselves, appreciate themselves, because when you appreciate yourself and love yourself, everything around you will be in order. You'll be able to manage yourself, your home, your office premises, wherever you find yourself in life. So, like we said, that it's all about women's program, encouraging women to be who they are and continue to forge ahead in life in the face of negativities and all that. So today, Victoria, I want us to talk about, being vulnerable. First of all, for me, I believe that it is okay for a woman to be vulnerable because there's something that goes with it. The more you keep hiding, covering up, you don't know where help will come from. You don't, and again, for me, the reason I believe that to be vulnerable is not a bad thing, because some people somewhere are watching, they are listening. They might be going through what you are going through. So if you are bold enough to share your stories and be bold enough to tell maybe the things you pass through, how you manage to come out of it, or even as you are passing through it, but you are able to let it out there. We still have some empaths around the world, and there are still people who are still passing through the same thing you are passing through. They will want to know how you are managing, or how you manage to come out of it. So today's topic, I want to talk about vulnerability in women. How do you see that? Is it a go to you? Is it something acceptable for women to be able to let out whatever grudges or things they have in mind? Or do you still believe in them still keeping it, like hiding it, covering up, like as if nothing is happening in their life? Please, let's educate each other here.
Oh, well, I think, I really like that topic. So I think it's important for us to initially identify what the issue is before we determine whether we want to be vulnerable or do we want to hold it in. There are certain things I believe that we can keep to ourselves, but there are things that also you have to talk about and bring awareness to it, if it's something that you're experiencing. But for me, I always feel that being able to understand what is really happening to you, first of all, and understanding where it's coming from allows you to know how to tackle it. Is it something now that you have to, get people involved to help you, or is it something that you have to figure out yourself and solve the problem? I think most times when women are experiencing issues, we make the mistake of actually going to people who are part of our problem and not knowing that they are part of your problem. So you go and you be vulnerable to them and you tell them, hey, this is what I'm going through, and they're listening to you, but they're not listening to you. They could be listening to you because they are kind of in agreement, that, ooh, what we want to see happen to you is actually happening to you. And this is a lot of this happens a lot to women. For instance, let's talk about like marriage, having issues with your spouse. You can be having difficulties or having disagreement, and you might reach out to family members and say, hey, I'm having issues with my spouse, can you guys get involved and see if you can resolve it. Now if you go and approach your husband's side of the family, you might think that they're actually for you without knowing that they're not for you, right? So now you're vulnerable to them, you're telling them what you're experiencing, but deep in their heart, they're actually happy that that is happening to you. And that's why you see sometimes when people, especially couples who bring their issue to the family, you always see in most cases that it doesn't get resolved. Rather, it escalates, right? It becomes, it develops, several layers to it that at the end of the day, there is no resolution. So I always feel that it's important, first of all, to understand where this issue is coming from and then determine how do I address this and how do I approach the solution to it. So being able to be vulnerable requires you to have a deeper understanding. Personally, that's what I feel, that you have to have a deeper understanding of where your issue is coming from, and then that gives you the power, the ability to make the right decision and make sure that you're able to go to who or seek for help from people who actually solve your problem. That's my opinion on the matter. So I don't know if somebody else has a different view on that or what you think about that.
I think you are right. Yeah, you are right for exactly what you said. Sometimes it could be the people that are even happy you are passing through what you are passing through, and you are being vulnerable to them. So in this case, because we already know that as human beings we are, and because human beings naturally will go through a lot, talk more of women. Sometimes in life you might have it all filled up in here and you want to let it out. So let me ask, okay, in what scenario is it advisable for a woman to be vulnerable enough to talk about what she's passing through? Because, like you rightfully said, I understand that you can't just talk to anyone about what you are passing through. Like you mentioned family members, is always true. Each time you report case to family members, it doesn't even come together. They can't even mend it together. Instead, the whole thing will just, scatter and escalated and all that. Then again, it's not every friend you can talk to again. Because you might have a friend as a woman and you want to because you might have a friend as a woman and you want to be vulnerable to them. It could be the one that can take advantage of you and start talking so many rubbish things at your back. So how do we help women here? Who can they talk to? Because in life, it gets to a point you want to let it out. You desperately want to let it out. So who can we talk to here when it gets to that point of I need to talk to someone? Because it's okay to talk to someone for real, but at the same time, you need to know whom you are talking to, not just everybody. So do you have any advice on where a woman can run to? Number one,
Yeah.
personally, I know is God, number one. But because we're human beings, after talking to God, we will want to talk to someone. So who can a woman run to and open herself up to?
Right. So in Western societies here, we have therapists, right? So sometimes, I think that's an ideal person to go to. But you also want to make sure that, if you decide to get a therapist, that you're getting the right one, depending on what issue that you're experiencing. So the therapist has to have experience in dealing with.
Alan, hold on for us, okay? I'll soon call you. Go ahead, Victoria.
Okay. Right. So I think I know in Nigeria probably there are therapists as well, but in Western society you do have that, because a therapist is someone who is outside of your friend group, your family, so they don't they're not biased towards your experience or towards whatever the issue is. So they are somebody who is independent of whatever you're dealing with. So they're able to look at the issue objectively and offer solution or advices that might help you with it. So I think using a therapist or a coach sometimes I kind of see that coaches are getting popular among women right now. So having a coach or having a therapist, I think, is fundamentally the first person that you want to be able to be vulnerable to. But also, you want to make sure that you're getting the right therapist as well. So, for instance, being an African, my problems or what issues I make somebody who understands the African culture or African marriage, and that way they will be able to help you facilitate the process of resolving whatever issue that you're having. Going to a white therapist might not help me because they don't understand the concept of our marriage at all. Our marriage is different. The way we relate with our in-laws is different from the way they relate. So getting a white therapist to discuss about my marriage in the African context might not get me the solution that I'm looking for. So, like I said, it's important that you get
I know,
someone
huh?
who has a better understanding of where you're coming from, but they're objective and they can help
Yeah,
you. Yeah, going to God is
yeah,
important, right? We're raised to go to God for all our issues, but sometimes that is not all that you need. So I think having God on one side is important, and getting somebody who is outside of your friend group, your family group, your work group, your relatives, your husband's relatives group, to you can be vulnerable to and vent to is really important. I do understand that getting a therapist is
yeah.
not cheap. It's very expensive, right? but you have to think about it in a way that this is something that
Yeah.
is going to help you. So you can save the money that you're going to use to buy gold to get that support for yourself, even if it's for a few weeks. Over the years, I've used some. I might not have the money to pay for a long time, but I might do it for 2, 3 weeks. It allows me to have a, see it from a different perspective. So for me personally, I think, getting a therapist will be
Yeah.
the one person that you might choose to be vulnerable to or open to.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Victoria. All right. We have Esther. Esther Boss. Esther, how are
Good
you?
evening. I'm
Yes,
fine.
Good evening. You are
Thank you
looking
for
so
bringing me
beautiful.
up. Thank you. You look
Yes,
so
thank you so
good.
much. We're happy to have you.
I'm happy
Ah,
to
thank you
even
so much. And you too. You too.
I'm happy to be
I'm
your
happy to
last
have you as well.
see you on the
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah. Do you understand
Oh,
the reason for this program?
no.
Okay, I can explain to you because I've already called you up. Okay, the name of the program is Resilient Roses. They are women. Do you understand? Powerful women, strong women. And what we mean by powerful and strong women is it's not about women who has it all in terms of money. No. They are women who still manages to get up even in the face of adversity. They still manages to be hopeful and keep moving in life, that they don't allow negative situations to pull them down. So we are here telling our stories as women, sharing to motivate and empower women on this platform. So if you have anything to impute concerning women's life to motivate another woman out there, you can tell us, because I know as a woman we pass through a lot. You can't tell me you've not been through a lot in life.
Yes,
Certain things, we do with different things, but I know we've been through a whole lot in life. So how can you motivate women? First of all, I want to believe that you are part of resilient women that can still stand no matter what they are passing through. They can cry, wipe their tears, they still get up and keep moving. So what do you have to chip in to motivate women out there to keep them moving, to let them know that they are not in this alone? Whatever you are going through, you are not going through it alone. So Esther, I believe you have something to say.
yeah, of course, I have something to say. As a woman, if you think you're alone in life, you understand, speak to people. You understand? Speak to someone who you think can listen to you. It's not every woman can listen, because some women can listen to you today and tomorrow they go at your back and backstab you. But as a
Exactly.
woman, let's learn how, first of all, be independent. Be strong
Good.
for yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say to you, I'm a beautiful woman. I got this. With that,
Yes. Good.
you can move on in life. But if you look yourself like, because of someone insult you, and you see, oh, you see wetin my husband talk, na so I do, I hug him. You are not ugly,
Uh-huh.
my dear.
At
You
all.
are beautiful. Every woman is
It's
beautiful.
beautiful. Yes.
You understand? I want some
Yes.
women to know out there, no matter what you are passing through in life, don't give up. Keep on pushing. Why we are women today is because God know we will be strong. We can bear it. If you want to know why God made us a woman and put this thing between our legs, if you see in this land we are living in, if you try to forge it, look at it, you take pills and work with them because you forge it. It's not natural like God. That's why you see they say, because you talk to them, they enter depression. But God knows you can be able to face that situation. Face it as a woman. Why are you giving up? Is it because what Esther said to you? Is it because of what someone said to you? No. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I can do it. And
Good.
believe me, you will do it like magic. like you never did before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you will now see yourself, is it me or is it another person? You know? So
Yeah.
that is why I encourage some women out there. Please, let's be strong.
Yes.
I may not know you. I may judge you by your what you're saying or what you are doing. But let me know, let me say to them, I've come to social media several times. I've been on Twitter, sometimes people judge me because you beautiful, people like una know they say us bad. Now they do this one. It's not nobody business. They don't even know me. I look myself, I say, nobody even know me. I laugh, I go, I do my things, I smile. Because my father used to tell me there is a reason to smile in life. I was born in a peaceful home, you know. So that is why nothing, nobody will tell me today and say this life is not sweet. It's a lie. Oh. If I did not experience it when we were struggling, when our happiness keep up together.
Oh.
So why why I should not be strong? So that's why I say to every woman, be strong. My mother, even my mother used to say, my mother is a teacher. Everything, even when he collect his the pension, before the pension come, because we don suffer well. They call it
Yeah.
gratuity, abi. Before we even fit like there we suffer. Then the gratuity come. On his way to collect the gratuity, they collect am for hand. So what are you now telling me? Say you can never be strong. My dear, be strong no matter any depression in life. Just tell yourself, ma leave you all because of love. If ma even leave you, even sweet. You know why? Because that is why you have to strong.
Yes.
Because when they leave you, they don't want you to be strong. Oh. They want you to be depressed. They want
Yes,
to hear
exactly.
your this thing tomorrow and say, is it that lady where you dey go out with that your ex-wife? You don't die. Jose, I told you it's my God that is fighting for me. She's a wicked woman. But when he see say you come out with different color, hey, then problem dey. He will now ask him God, why you come dey look am like this? Where it's supposed to don die through, then you make am strong. Why?
We should be strong.
So that's why we have to be strong. God not just
Yes.
call us woman for empty hand. He not just say you be woman for ordinary mouth to know. You see that woman carry a lot of weight. I pray for God today. May God give us that strength, energy to carry and reach the
Amen.
end. It's not
Amen.
easy, but God is your strength, no matter what you are passing through in life. That's what I have.
Amen.
Thank you for bringing me
Esther,
up.
please, thank you so much. But if you wish, you can still stay. I enjoyed everything you just. It's like you have lots and lots of things to offload. Please don't leave.